Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be a wrapping tutorial, and it's going to be this look, which I'm going to call the twist because it is, and there's just nothing more to add to this name. And this video is in collaboration with Wrapunzel, so all the scarves and the shaper and everything you see here is from Wrapunzel, is provided by Wrapunzel, and you will find it of course all linked in the description box down below, as well as all the contact information and everything for Wrapunzel. Okay, so this is the look, and today we're going to do actually two looks but the same wrap. So it's going to be one wrap two ways, and this is going to be the first one, and then after that I'm going to do the same wrap but with a different color scheme with different scarves, just to show you how different it looks when you place the scarves differently and when you use different colors. So that's just my thing, that I like to play with colors and I like to play with my different options that I have without being actually super creative, because I'm just switching colors. But I think you can always create different and amazing effects just by your color choices and your pattern choices and things like this. So yeah, so let's just play a little bit and let's go right into the first look. Okay my lovelies, welcome to the first part of the tutorial, and that is the look that you just saw in the intro. And this is the Wendy shaper, but you can also do this wrap with all kinds of shapers. You just have to adjust the length of the twist, which you'll see in a second. So first of all, this first version of this wrap is basically where I'm putting the colorful scarf as the base, and that's what I'm doing this time with the signature scarf, which looks like this. It's basically like a rainbow pashmina that transitions from one color to the next, and it is super beautiful. If you can just take a moment to to take this in. And yeah, so you can actually now just play with the colors already and see what placement you want where. So I would suggest with this pashmina to not have, if you, sorry for covering my face, to not have, I just want to give you an example. If you are very fair-skinned like me, to not have the yellow next to your face. Like, wait, let me just put the yellow a little bit up. Now for my shaper, for the Wendy shaper, it does not really work anyway, because then the end part would be too short. But if you're using a smaller shaper and you're very fair-skinned, please consider not putting the yellow next to your face, because that is not super flattering for us. Okay, if you're of a darker complexion, you have absolutely no worries concerning that, so that's okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna try my best to put the blue in, like right next to my face, because I love that, how that looks next to my skin. And the thing is, usually, if you know me, you know that I'm lining up the pashmina in the back like this, so it lines up with my shaper, and then whatever is excess material, I'm flipping it in the front, because I always feel like this gives me like a neater look. But then I'm losing the blue, like this, okay? So this time, I'm going to just try to layer it in front like this, so it still appears. I'm going to like flip it once back and then bring it again to the front like this, in order to not lose the blue. I hope that is like understandable what I'm explaining. So I'm taking both ends now to the back, and I'm just going to tie this whole thing together in a regal wrap. So I'm taking it like this, crossing it over, and then like last time, I'm just tucking in one end here under my arm, and in order to create enough pressure for me to do the wrap. And then I'm bringing up one end, and this time for this wrap it should look somewhat neat, because with the other scarf that we're putting on top, we're not really covering up that much. So I'm just tugging away the loose ends here, the fringes. And then I'm bringing up the other side. And here you can also see how absolutely versatile this scarf is, because again, like in the sense of sari scarves also, who have their own pattern and color schemes, this here, the signature scarf, it just always falls differently. It always looks a little bit different. Like, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to work with a scarf, because really you cannot do two times the absolute exact same wrap, because it always looks different. So I think this is a pretty neat look for a regal wrap. like this. And now I'm gonna take the Petal Soft, and of course if you want to go smaller, because the Petal Soft has a little bit more volume, you can also do an original 2-in-1 or a tough 2-in-1 or basically whatever you want, but for this wrap it's got to be just one color without pattern. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm putting this behind my head with both ends equally placed, hanging down, whatever it's called, and then I'm bringing it up to the front, and then I just, in the middle of my head where they meet, I just start twisting. And now this is the place where this wrap is super versatile for whichever shaper you want to use, because you just have to adjust the length of the twist and you'll be good, you know, whatever shaper you want to use. So I'm just placing it like this. I think I wrapped it like 3 or 4 times, like twisted it 3 or 4 times. And then I'm just taking those both ends. And now either I can tie a knot and have a knot hanging down like this, or I'm going to tuck it in wherever I find place. Usually I tuck it in behind the first part here of the Petal Soft. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just going to make it disappear like that. Like this, and also on the other side. So I forgot to mention that this is actually a requested look, because I wore this look in one of my photo shoots that I have posted recently, and there was a request for this look, so this is my fulfillment of my promise that I would do a tutorial on this one. Okay, so this is how it looks, and now you can see that this is the colorful base in the sense of vibrant and different colors and patterns, and the scarf on top, the twisted scarf, is unicolor. And now we're going to switch this around and do it the other way using different scarves, and I'm going to show you how that looks. So that's going to come up now. Okay, welcome to the second look. For the second look, I'm going to, as I told you, switch around the idea with the pattern scarf and the single color or unicolor scarf. So what I'm doing for this look is that I'm taking a orange original 2-in-1, which looks like this, and really I think it would be now actually a little bit better to have like a blonde shaper, because the color is going to be more true to itself when I'm not wearing a black shaper, because they are a little bit sheer. They are not 100% opaque, I think is the right word. So but we're going to do that. It doesn't matter, it's going to be what it is. So I don't know if you can see that the black, it doesn't really shine through, but it reflects a tiny little bit through, but it's not the end of the world. So that's what we do. Because I don't have the Wendy in blonde, I only have the Oberpuff in blonde, but I don't want to use the Oberpuff today. So anyway, let's just move this back a tiny little bit. And again, I'm flipping in this end, because this is how I always clean up my looks. Like this, taking it into the back, crossing it over, tugging it in my armpit, and then I'm bringing it up and tying it into a Regal wrap. So I think you can see here that this is one layer here. I think you can see it on camera that this is the difference between a black being underneath, and this is like the real opacity. I think opacity of the 2-in-1. This is like the real color, and this is with a bit of a black shining through from the shaper. Anyway, so I'm going to clean this up like this. Now usually I don't really use the 2-in-1s as my base for a Regal wrap, because I personally love to have more volume, so I would probably always go for a pashmina, like a soft pashmina, or a Petal Soft, or something that adds a little bit more volume. But I figured that if you are someone who does not need that and does not want that, and also maybe is sensitive to weight on your head, then that would be a good option, especially if you choose a smaller shaper. Okay, so this is the Regal wrap with the original 2-in-1 in orange. And now I'm going to take, one second, the Million Dreams scarf. Okay, now we got all the fringes taken care of, which looks like this, which is one of my super favorites, because it has tassels, orange tassels. Also the orange shows up here in the pattern of the scarf, so I think this is really, really beautiful. And I'm going to fold this up nicely, because I just think that for this purpose, folding it up nicely, also I did the same thing with the Pedal Soft, I forgot to mention, it looks nicer than just crunching it up, but you can, you know, you can play with it and see whatever feels good for you. So now I folded this nicely, and I'm going to place it behind my head, and I'm going to bring it up. And here you can also play, of course, with this fact that you can either place it like this, especially if you have a bigger shaper and you have more space to work with. You can place it like this and start the twist further up, or you can place it to the very front like this, which can also be very nice. So you can totally like switch it around whatever you want. I'm going to place it a tiny little bit towards the back, because I do want, in this case, to have the orange showing a tiny little bit. And again, I'm starting to twist here when they both meet at the middle of my head. Twisting a couple of times and then placing it back down. So plus, be careful when you're twisting that you don't twist it too tight, because then it starts curling, okay? So if you want this to go straight up, you cannot twist it with a lot of force. Okay, so in this case, I'm just gonna tie a knot, because, you know, to just make a difference to the first wrap that we did. And also because why should I get rid of those beautiful tassels? Yeah, so this is that. And I think this is, you know, it's another very cool, beautiful look. And I do think that there is a difference in the color, the use of color, the placement of where you put which scarf. You can try it at home if you want to just do the same wrap couple of days, but using different scarves and different placement of scarves, and see what difference that makes. Maybe take pictures, take a selfie every day, and then look at the end of the week at the pictures and see that, wow, I did the same wrap every day, but look how different everything looks. So this is my experience, how I feel it and how I experience it. So let me know if that is what you also feel, or if not. So please leave your comments in the comment section down below if you want to, and if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please give the video a like, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the Wrapunzel channel, and of course I want to mention that I do have an affiliate code with Wrapunzel. If you want to use it, it gives you 5% off your order, and you find all the information in my description box, and I'm also going to put a slide somewhere here so you can see it, and that's it. So if you enjoyed, then please come back next time for my next video on my channel, or for my next wrapping tutorial, and I'm going to be always happy to have you here. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle in any color that you want to be. And yeah, I see you here next time. Hugs and kisses. Bye.